let's talk about publishing books as a brand and low content releases. I am excited as we've been going through these 19 books as we march into publishing that there are so many different ways and so many different options. You are not pigeonholed, you are not stuck. I am here to give you more choices than limitations. So let's continue that discussion today. Most of my books up until this point were written under my name, which is Rakisha Pittman. So I wrote under that. However, did you know that you can also publish books as a brand? Yes. So if you have a particular brand, you can publish books under that brand. And so these books were developed by me, they were created by me, or these projects, and I'll show you why, but they were used as part of a larger brand project. So let's go through this. The gold mine. So I have two I'm talking about because they work together. Okay. So the gold mine is a personal success system. Before I put this together, I'm not like some people who just get up and throw some stuff together. Okay. Before I put this together, I had been using this in my own life for years. So I knew that it worked. So I would go through goals of mine. Okay. And so I took that, I did it in a journal format before. And so I took that and I put this into a system and explained how to use it, right? So it's a personal success system, how to use it. My brand at that point was Success Speaks Global before I had the East Formula Entrepreneur Author Speaker Trainer and decided to bring everything together. So I would do this for myself. I would take a personal vacation, yes, somewhere alone for a weekend. And I would do a life assessment. So I would go over all of these goals in my personal life to make sure and see if I was growing year to year. So like personal goals, right? I would start with that. And under personal goals, I had goals for personal health, self-care, goals for relationships, friends, romance. I had a romance goal, child. Okay. And then I went into financial goals. And then I had income goals. So out of that, all of these different categories, goals for social media, technology, I had all of these different categories that I used to make sure that my goals were being met. And so I would complete this. So instead of writing in a journal that you would buy at a store, now I would complete this myself from year to year and see if I was making progress, like a personal evaluation. Every time I've done this, and I would go on a personal vacation, so I would have time by myself to think. I didn't have to check with anybody about where I wanted to eat. I went where I wanted to eat. I did what I wanted to do. And it allowed me time to complete this over that weekend and to assess my growth. So with that, this is something else I've done personally. It's a money magnet success tracker. These are low content books, and I will share about that in a second. So every day I would track how much money I would make, okay? Literally every day. Anytime I had zero in a column, it meant that there was some effort that I did not make. Either I did not send a marketing campaign, I didn't send a text, I didn't have a meeting, I didn't make a call, something. So every week for 52 weeks, I would track my income target for the week. It was not the same every week because if I had a certain launch or something that was going on, I could adjust my income goal for that week. After that week was over, I would write down observations and adjustments. Did you meet your goal? What did you need to do to get there? And also income strategies and ideas, right? This was just a way to see it and to remind myself. So because both of these things have worked successfully in my life in alternate ways, I had friends who I would share this with. And they would say, can you take me through that? So I would do one-on-one sessions with people and go through a goal line. I had a whole slideshow. This is one-to-one. And we would go through each of these areas and they would write their stuff down. So I put it together in a different way. Okay, so I decided that I was going to release these as a set. The gold mine is directly connected to the money magnet. And this is what I did. Remember, I released it as a brand, Success Speaks Global. So this is what I did. If they purchase their books on Amazon, I don't get those leads. So I know in my reports that I made a sale, but I don't get those leads. So this is the way I captured those leads and got sales at the same time. I told people, if you buy both of these and send me the receipt, I will give you a registration for a webucation. And it was called Successions. Okay, Success Speaks Global had Successions that I did. And many people did it. So they sent me a screenshot of the PDF that Amazon sent them or on their phone. And there was a form that I put as a registration form online. And there was a place for them to upload this receipt. And so when they did that, I got their email. I knew who they were. I had their name, their email, and if I needed their phone number, if I was doing SMS or texting or anything, I was able to do that. So it was a success. So not only did I get royalties, so that's the way I got paid for this webinar session, right? I was able to get those leads as well and then to put them into my CRM so that I could communicate with them. So that's kind of a workaround and a way that I did it that wasn't just like everything else. And this is the advice that I give you. If it works, it works. But why is it that we think that there's just one way to market a book? Buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Or go online, go online, go online. There are creative ways. If you're creative, there are creative ways to do this. So don't get stuck in one way. If people keep asking you for it, it's probably a business. And I've said that so many times, okay? So I have used these things personally. I know that they worked. So these are visual tools for people to set real goals. You can do them any way you want. This can be in digital if some people are not like that. I like to write things down. Okay, so this is the way that I did that. Now here's the thing. You will not go set up an account as an author separately, like a business account. You just publish underneath your author account, and under the author name, you can put the brand. That's it. Right? So I didn't have all those write-ups like I did on other books with my picture and stuff. Can I re-release these and revamp these as East? Yes, I can, because Entrepreneur, Author, Speaker, Trainer is my updated brand. So I can go in and I can change these covers, update them. I can update the contents as long as they have not changed enough. This one's fine. I can just go change the brand on it if I wanted to, or I could take it down and re-release it as the East formula, okay? As I use these. So this is a good way if you're doing any type of training program or coaching program. Give people tangible things that are valuable, that level up what you're presenting, so that you're not just sending out PDFs to people all the time or doing videos or being raggedy and giving them something that everybody can do and they can get anywhere. Make your brand distinct by doing things that are unique to your brand, okay? I'm not going to give you all the good stuff because you got to pay me for that, okay? So I wanted to encourage you that you can do low content books. And what do I mean by low content books? It means they don't have a lot of words. They're like worksheets, okay? These are probably going to be priced lower. People are not going to pay the same amount of money for your low content book that they pay for a book that you actually wrote. Okay, so keep that in mind. So these are great ways to package things at a low cost and a low price point that still look good for your brand. So low content books are like workbooks, journals, line journals, things like that. You can do it, but if you're going to do it well. That's what I would say. There are so many tools out there, or people that you can hire and pay to put your ideas together in a visual format. That will be good, but just watch those price points and make sure that you're doing something that actually helps people and is not just printing out paper. All right, so that is books. Those are books, 11 and 12. These are 2019. I did that in 2019. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about, boom, 7 ways to get speaking engagements. And why did I write that book? I have presented at so many different places as a vendor, workshop, speaker. So instead of people asking me about publishing, which I would show up most of the time, right? They would say, Rakisha, how do you get speaking engagements? And I was asked that question so many times. So tomorrow, in light of that book, I'm going to talk about how short reads can lead to big results. This book is skin tea, okay? And remember, my first book was thick, okay? So it's not that you are cheating. The point is you can get high quality in a stick of dynamite, okay? Don't think you have to overdo it. So I did short read, something that if they were taking a short flight, they can read it. If you're sitting in a passenger seat, you can read it. But the information in there was actionable, doable, and relevant. So I will talk about how short leads can lead to big results tomorrow, because that is book number 13 of 19 as we march into publishing. Remember, we are marching into publishing all month. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I have a live session. And trust me, I'm going to give you the good stuff. I know I've been talking all this stuff, so it won't be a repeat or a rehash. It's brand new, fresh material. I'm going to give you good, actionable items that you can use to capitalize on your personal brand as an author, your career as an author, or your business, and answer those questions in a live session. So come on out and join me. March into Publishing is where you go, and you can sign up. And also save the date, May 31st. I have a big thing coming, so if you want to travel to DFW to see me, you should probably think about doing it that date. Okay, this is Rakisha Pittman, and I am an author. I will see you soon. Bye.